Welcome to Book to Blueprint, where powerful books become practical blueprints for real life. You do not need more information, you need execution. This is Book to Blueprint. Today, we are diving into something really special. It's a powerful concept from Alex Hormozi's work that he calls the lost chapter. This isn't just theory, okay? This is a practical, step-by-step blueprint. It's designed for one thing and one thing only: immediate implementation to seriously scale your business. So here's the game plan. We're going to walk through 6 clear sections. We'll start with the outcome you can expect, covering the big idea behind it, then I'll lay out the 4-step blueprint. After that, we'll see how to execute it with a real-world example, discuss the habits you need to build, and finally, cover the common mistakes to avoid. It's a complete roadmap from start to finish. All right, first things first, what's the actual point of all this? What's the specific result this plan is designed to deliver? Well, it's all about creating a massive, and I mean dramatic and sustainable, increase in your profit. And you do it by fundamentally transforming who your customers are. The math here is actually pretty simple. It's all based on a good old 80-20 principle. Your top 20% of customers are likely bringing in 80% of your profit. So the goal is to systematically replace that other 80%, the less profitable ones, with more of your top tier clients. If you can do that, you can potentially 5x your business. Just think about that for a second. Now, this whole concept wasn't just pulled out of thin air. It was actually inspired by the brutally effective growth strategy of Vista Equity Partners. These guys are a private equity fund that has managed tens of billions of dollars. Their method is the very core of this entire blueprint. And this is their mantra. It really is that simple. The whole strategy just boils down to this disciplined cycle. Find your best customers, go get more of them, and then actively stop serving the ones who drain your resources for pennies on the dollar. It's subtraction and addition, over and over again. And this right here, this is the core principle. Your profit isn't determined by how good you are at what you do. It's determined by who you sell to. Serving a better customer lets you provide way more value for the exact same amount of work, which in turn allows you to charge a huge premium. Let's make this crystal clear. Imagine you're a sales page designer. For company A, your awesome sales page generates an extra $40,000 a month. Maybe they pay you $40K a year for that. Not bad. But for company B, which is way bigger, the exact same work generates an extra $4 million a month. Now your fee could be 100 times larger. It's the same effort, but a wildly different outcome. Okay, so that's the what and the why. Now let's get into the how. Here are the 4 steps to install this profit multiplying system directly into your business. The process is super straightforward. First, you gather data. You survey your existing customers. Second, you sift through that data to find your top 20%, the ones who spend the most and stick around the longest. Third, you analyze that group to find out what they all have in common. And finally, you execute the plan based on what you found. Now, when you survey your customers, you've got to go deep. Demographics, that's just scratching the surface. You need to know their business stats, their big goals, and, this is critical, their exact buying process. What was the last piece of content they saw right before they bought? That little piece of information is pure gold for replicating your success. But you might be thinking, hey, what if I don't have any customers to survey yet? That's a fair question. The answer is simple. Start with what you know. Pick an industry where you have some expertise, and then find the people within it that you can help the most. Create a super narrow target, serve them first, and then gather your data from that first group. Okay, so you've done your research. Now for the execution. And this is really a 2-pronged attack. First, you totally transform your marketing, your ads, your content, everything. It should speak only to your new ideal customer. You should actually be trying to actively push away everyone else. Second, you re-engineer your sales process to guide new leads through the exact same journey your best customers took. No deviations. I know this can all sound a little bit abstract, so let's bring it down to earth with a real-world case study. This is how the gym launch business applied this very blueprint and got absolutely massive results. So after surveying all their customers, Gym Launch identified this hyper-specific avatar. I mean, look at this. Married, male, 25 to 45, already owned a gym with at least 10 grand in monthly revenue. And their goal? To build $1 million business and work less. That's the level of detail you are aiming for. It's incredibly specific. So what did all of that intense focus actually get them? Well, check this out. The average competitor in their space had a customer lifetime value, or LTV, of around $6,000. By focusing only on their ideal avatar, Gym Launch's LTV skyrocketed to over $45,000. That is the insane power of this strategy. Now, setting the system up once is great, but to maintain that level of profitability, that's a whole different ballgame. You need to adopt a new set of disciplined habits. These are the recurring behaviors that make sure this strategy works for the long haul. To make this stick, you need new habits. First, you have to get really comfortable saying no to easy money from clients who are a bad fit. Second, you force every single lead through your proven content journey. No shortcuts. And third, you have to always prioritize long-term profit over short-term lead volume. This takes immense discipline, but it's so worth it. And really, this is the end game, right? You are to build your business around people who just don't stop buying. High-value clients are better because, well, they can afford more, they're usually easier to work with, and they tend to become repeat customers. Your job is to find your version of that ideal client. Okay, finally, let's talk about what not to do. Let's cover the landmines, the common pitfalls, and the stakes that cause other businesses to fail, even when they know they should be doing this. The biggest mistake, hands down, is trying to sell to anyone with a pulse and a credit card. Another is panicking when lead volume dips a little and then cutting out your qualification steps just to get more names in the door. It's short-term thinking. That competitor making 70 times less profit, they were making these exact mistakes. Your advice was generic. Yours has to be specific. Because when you get this right, something magical happens. Your marketing becomes both a powerful magnet and a strong repellent. It pulls in the exact high-value customers you want, or actively pushing away the time wasters and the bad-fit clients. It saves you an enormous amount of time, energy, and money. Which leaves us with one final, crucial question for you to really think about. Take a hard look at your business right now. Who are your top 20%? And maybe more importantly, what would happen? What would your profit, your stress levels, and your life look like in 1 year if you made the decision today to only sell to them? If you have a book in mind that should be added to our list, comment below. If this blueprint helped you, subscribe, like, and build with us. More blueprints are coming. Stay intentional, stay consistent. We are doing this one book at a time. And remember, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So share this with them and grow together. Real progress becomes stronger when it is shared. Build your life one blueprint at a time. You do not attract what you want, you attract what you do.